Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
Have a good morning.
All right, you tell me what you think of this. Two high school students from Colorado are the first ever to receive an athletic scholarship to go to a university to play cornhole. Jason Remick and Gavin Heyman. Two guys to break records, set records, whatever you want to call it.
I'm shocked. I mean, as everybody is, it's crazy. It's groundbreaking. It's new. It's making history.
I never could have thought that me playing just a fun side hustle would lead to college or going to a national level and playing.
This is something that is now going to give kids an opportunity to get scholarships, potential full rides eventually.
And there are so many kids that want to make this their career, and I think this is the gateway to make that happen.
Now, there is no career playing cornhole, okay? That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, there is.
But
they have a championship down in Ventura
I know,
every year.
I've seen it on ESPN, the Ocho, or
okay, so there's some money attached to it.
No.
If it's on,
if it's 20
ESPN,
people show up. It's so sad. They build like this little tiny bleacher stadium thing for like, seriously, 20 or 30 people to sit around while these guys throw bean bags in holes.
My yard layout would be perfect for
that, yeah, you've got the thing. You can put bleachers up there. But here's the thing.
I should build some bleachers that have the Paso Robles Cornhole Invitational.
I have no idea what Winthrop University in South Carolina is all about, what people go there to study and what they are known for. But hey, if this can pay for your schooling, that is great. Dude, all right? Play some cornhole, get your studies paid for, and then go do something with your life. But if you think you're going to be the next world cornhole champion and have Nike sponsor you, I think you're crazy. That's not going to happen.
Why not?
No.
There are so many other sports. There are so many other sports, most of them are in the Olympics, that nobody gives a rat's ass about, that people make money from. They make money from these things. And cornhole is actually something that people play, people like to do, they watch. You've been a part of a cornhole tournament before. Is it not fun?
No, I played cornhole a bunch of times. I like cornhole.
Yeah. So why not? Why not? I have a friend who's, this is brilliant. I shouldn't even tell this secret, but she's getting the friends, the couple, they're getting their kids, she was telling me the story about it. They're getting their kids involved into lacrosse because lacrosse is a low barrier of entry to getting a scholarship into college.
Oh, smart.
So it's like, you guys want to play baseball this spring, or do you want to play lacrosse this spring?
What's lacrosse? Well, you get to ride this horse.
So she's getting her kids into lacrosse, and they seem to like it, and that's the first step, right? Because it's a path to getting not as many.
That's the one where you're on the
horse. Not as many lacrosse players as there are baseball players.
That's one where you're on the horse and you hit the ball, right?
No, that's polo.
That's polo. Yeah. What's lacrosse?
Lacrosse is where you run around with a basket at the end of the stick, and then you bash people over the head while you're passing it to the.
We used to have this when we were kids. Like we had a handheld one.
Whirly ball.
It's
called whirly ball.
It's kind of like lacrosse. Yeah. Okay, that's right. Oh yeah, lacrosse is where they pitch it too. Don't they pitch it, or is that a different game? No, it's a different game where they use wooden paddles.
Lacrosse is like hockey, soccer, and whirly ball, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Good for them. That's a really great idea. Less competition in lacrosse than there is in playing a major sport. And you know what? If they get a scholarship out of it, that's
right.
You're doing them a huge service because I'm still paying my loans.
This is why I encouraged my daughter to play golf at a younger age. She has since not cared as much, unfortunately, because golf is a low barrier of entry to getting into a college for girls. For boys, not so much, but for girls, there are colleges that can't fill out their girls' golf teams across the country, and they're like, I'm like, she shoots an 80, and then like, that's fine, we'll take her. So there's certain ways to game the system, I guess, if you will, from an athletic standpoint. And hell, if you're really good at cornhole, why not? If there's colleges out there that are willing to, in fact, I will say it's better than a lot of college sports. Like, nothing against swimming. I think it's a cool, feat. But isn't there nothing more boring than watching competitive swimming?
And it takes too long to do the laps and all that and run. Cornhole's instant, right? And I was the last cornhole tournament I played in. I was up in some little mountain town in Idaho, Dixie, Idaho. And they're having Dixie Days. And that was where they had the chicken S bingo, which was great. And the chicken walks around on all the squares there. They have the numbered squares out, and you buy the squares in advance. Then they put the chicken out there, and whatever numbers he poops on, those are the numbers that get pulled. But they also, it was great.
Are we sure you and I are talking about the same cornhole? I'm talking about where you take a bean.
No.
And you throw it at a board.
Yes.
Okay.
I was saying, but I was in a cornhole tournament.
Like there's some
I'm trying to set the scene here so you understand. So I was in a cornhole tournament earlier that morning. We had to be down there at 9:00. And so I made me and my buddy a couple Bloody Marys, and we went down there. And I'm
see who you can meet.
He's 7-8 years older than I am, that he's played cornhole before. I didn't even ask him. He just said, I'll do it with you. So we get down
when
there.
When you're playing cornhole in a mountain town, isn't it like don't ask, don't tell when you play cornhole in a mountain town?
Yeah. Wasn't that kind of cornhole, Jeff? It was the original good old beanbag cornhole. Anyways, we got roped. I mean, we just got smoked. We played a team where the one guy on that team, he missed the hole one time. Every bag, he would throw three, and he'd go three in the hole. And then Scott goes to throw and throws it 5 feet past the hole. Yeah. I mean, the board. I had to duck. I had to duck. It was coming so fast.
Hosed here. Getting my ass hosed here.
I know. Hole and roped was not the two words I was thinking I should have used.
We got roped. Then we played some cornhole.
Congratulations. You made it out of bed. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
What's your thoughts on the credit card surcharge that some places they pay, like they say?
Oh, the 3%. Yeah, that's
3%, 4%, 6%.
So I was places. Having some work done on my side by side, and it was $1,000, and they never told me the whole time. I called them. I said, "Hey, do you guys do this? I know you're not an authorized dealer of Polaris, but he says, oh yeah, but we can do that. We do those all the time." And what I was having done was I was having a heater put into it. Well, the heater itself was only $400. It's the labor, because they had to pull off the front. They got to tear into the radiator. They got to add these hoses and all this kind of stuff. And so it was a lot of labor. And so I get there and it's like $1,000. And I go to give him my card. He goes, "Oh, this is a 3% charge." And I'm like,
sorry, I almost cussed.
Which at the end of the day, I think it was $35, right? It wasn't that big a deal, but I'm like, well, wait a second. You never said this.
$35 is $35. No, the $35 is a big deal. I think $35 is a big deal.
And so he goes, yeah, we charge. He says, the sign's right here. I go, well, we've been dealing with each other on the phone. I dropped my machine off. It's the first time I've been in your office. I go, I'm fine. That's fine. I go, I could just go. I go, you know what? I might just go and grab some cash. And I'll just hit a cash machine up and I'll take the money out and I'll pay you in cash. He goes, okay, yeah, you could do that. And then I got outside and my truck was over there and they were starting to put the machine on the trailer. So I was like, screw it.
Here you go.
I gave him my car. I go, it'll be a while. I go, just here. I don't have all day. So it's fine. And I says, but you really should tell people that up front. And he goes, yeah, sorry about that, man. And I was hoping he would be like, oh, well, we'll waive it this time, or I'll meet you halfway or something. But yeah, it's a thing. And it's not everywhere, but it's more and more places.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, my daughter had to get, I don't know what to call it. It's like a permanent retainer. It's not braces. It's a permanent retainer. It's just a bar that goes along the bottom of her bottom teeth, and it's U-shaped, so it fits the size of the teeth along the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And so it clamps onto some maybe molars or something in the back, and it's just a bar to help straighten out her bottom teeth without getting braces or whatever. I'm sure that's the upsell in 10 months, in 12 months. Now she needs the braces. But I get a text message as I'm working yesterday from my wife, and it says, "Do you have your checkbook on you?" I'm like, "Checkbook? Who carries a checkbook? Why would I have my checkbook on me?" "No, I do not." "Why?" And she's like, "Because they're charging 4% for the retainer, and after insurance, it was like $237. So then I do the math on $237. It ends up being close to $10, like $9.50 or something like that. And
you're supposed to get the checkbook and run it across town. I would say no.
Or maybe she was going to come here and get it. I don't know. I have no idea how that was going to work out.
Just pay the $10.
And yes, you just pay the $10, but on principle, you want to make the fact that they're charging this fee very inconvenient for them, because if you teach them that this is going to be an inconvenient transaction, you would be much better off just eating the $10 yourself as the business, as opposed to passing it along to the consumer. Then the consumer wins, right? So I will go to war every time I get that damn fee. Like somebody will be like, "Oh yeah, we charge a credit card fee." I'm like, "Okay, well, hold on right there. Hang on to what it is that I'm buying. I will go find an ATM. I do exactly what you did. I will go find the ATM.
Intended.
And I will pull the cash out at a ATM that is not a fee, or even better yet, that she gave me a good idea. I'm going to start carrying my checkbook. I'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, I don't want to pay that $4 fee. You know what's more convenient for you in this instance? I guess me writing a check is more convenient for you. Good luck depositing this, because I'm sure you have no idea how to do that with your staff."
I'm sure people write checks still for that kind of thing. I still have a checkbook.
I don't carry it with me though. I keep it like in a safe
drawer
place at home.
In a drawer at the house. Yeah,
I don't know where it is.
Yeah, the credit card.
I didn't say safe place because I don't know where it's at.
It's funny. Yesterday I was watching. TV was on, and they were talking about the economy, and they're saying that people are making more money. They're like, "Yeah, inflation's up, prices are up, everything is up, and including credit card fees and all that kind of stuff. But people are making more money. People are getting raises." I'm like, "Whoa! I'd like to see that number. Show of hands. Who's gotten a raise since 2020? Who's got a raise in the last 2 years?"
Did you hear that idiot? I think she's an assembly member from San Francisco. She wants the California minimum wage to be $50 an hour. And this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life, because then
$50 an hour?
Yeah. Then everything just crumbles, because it'll drive a lot of businesses out of business because they can't afford that.
Yeah.
And also, all it does is raise the price of everything. So then you're making $50 an hour. It doesn't matter if you're making $4 an hour and everybody's making $4 an hour. The minimum wage sets what the cost of things are in a state, because not most people, but a good portion of the population makes minimum wage. So she's like, "Well, we got to raise it to $50." And I'm like, "Well, you think is magically everything's going to stay the same price when you're raising minimum wage to $50? No, the price of everything's going to skyrocket, you dummy." Like, how is it that these people become leaders with this kind of mindset, not knowing basic economics?
Yeah.
Basic economics.
And they're voted in. That's what the sad thing is. Or supposedly they're voted in.
This is going to be the poll question. We're going to get back to the
That's an insurrection right there.
That is, because you're purposefully railroading the economy to get votes from dumb people at that, because other people are like, "Oh yeah, $50 an hour. Yeah, I can survive on that. And I'm going to vote for you." And then it's like, "No, you can't survive on that, because the price of everything you do goes up way beyond that. And it's just the same as making $15 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever the magic number is. Hell, go ahead and make it $1,000 an hour. Make it $1,000 an hour. Everything will just go up in price." Stupidity. And then people can't afford to come here, which California's tourism is a big driver of its economy. Yet she's short-sighted in that fact. She's just like, "Oh, I just got to buy votes. Make it from dummies. Buying votes for dummies. Make everybody's minimum wage $50 an hour."
Good morning.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Hey, let's do dumbass of the day.
We all have had to deal with a jerk boss. Sometimes we win. Sometimes we just quit and we move on. That's what happened to this guy in Australia. An employee ended up quitting his job after his boss tried to cancel his family vacation. He's like, yeah, so-and-so just quit, so you're not gonna be able to go on vacation. I'm gonna need you to push that back a couple of months, okay? Yeah, buddy. Guy's like, no, man, I told you, we're taking my whole family. It's my brother's wedding. I can't push it back because my brother's not going to push his wedding back because you decided that you couldn't get somebody to fill in for me. But he did this on TikTok. And not only did he just do it on TikTok, he reached out to his employee, Nick. His name is Noel, by the way, the boss. Nick told Noel that he had to go on this family vacation for his brother's wedding, and he said on TikTok and tagged all the employees in it, gonna need you to push that back a few months. He's like, no, screw you. He quit his job. He got a new job. It pays more money, and he got to go to his brother's wedding. So, birds fly, Noel. Birds fly.
There you go. Sometimes you gotta kick a few tires, see if there's anything better out there.
We've all had
a different
issues.
job.
Yeah. Have you ever had a chance to tell your boss to shove it? I mean,
no, I haven't.
Well, work for people we don't get along with. Some can be bullies. I've been
a lot
fortunate
of that going
enough,
on out in Morro Bay right now.
I've been fortunate enough that I haven't had to deal with that. What, a lot of bullies in Morro Bay?
Oh, there's a story of there's a restaurant out there that had a lot of sexual harassment complaints against it, and
oh my God, was it one of the restaurants that's on the water?
Yeah.
Oh my God, was it a bartender? God, I met the douchebaggiest bartender there.
No,
he was also the bar manager, he says.
He's the owner of the restaurant.
Oh, and he was like, Clamato? Bleh. I'd rather throw up in a glass and drink it than serve Clamato at my bar.
Say,
and I'm like, dude,
sir,
we're in Morro Bay. There's clams.
Listen, sir, I am not a pirate.
Right,
I am not a pirate. Please do not talk to me like that and just give me the Clamato.
No, I make my own Bloody Mary mix here.
Cool.
I'm like, all right, dude. I wanted to, you know me, I sometimes have a short fuse. I'm looking at my wife, who constantly tells me I need to calm down.
Did you walk out?
I wanted to, but nope. I said, okay then. Well, I will take one of your specially crafted Bloody Marys then, sir.
Good, sir. Because I am not a pirate. I'm a civilized human being.
But I was figured if anybody would be accused of being a bad boss, it would have been that guy. But anyways, I won't say what restaurant he was at. There's a lot of them down there on the water. But Noel, in Australia, apparently had to pull double duty because not only did he lose so-and-so, Jim, but he lost Nick right after that because he's an idiot. And he's Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.